my name's Sophie, welcome to my channel. In this video I'm going to teach you how to do a press up. The video is made up of two sections. The first section we are going to focus on modifying the press up and then building on that and improving your press up to be able to do a full press up. The second section is going to focus on technique. Okay, so let's start off with the easiest way you can do a press up and the best way to start doing press ups. So you're going to have your knees on the floor and then you're going to bend your elbows, do a little mini bend and then stretch. This is the easiest way to do a press up. Little bend, little stretch. Then you can start to build on that by dropping the chest a little closer towards the floor. Okay? So when you start to feel like you're getting confident with that and you can maybe do 10, 12 repetitions and you've built your strength, you've built your stamina, you can start from a plank position. So you lower your body in your plank, you pop your knees down at the bottom and you push back up from there. And you go again, stretch the legs, lower the body, knees down, push up from there. Okay, so the third way, the third option, the most advanced option, is to lower your body in your push-up, in your plank position, and then push back up from there. Lower your body and push back up. That's the hardest option. That is the option I am still working on myself. Okay, so now that you know the different ways of doing the press-up, let's really talk about the nitty-gritty. So, there are many bad ways of doing a press up, and if you do the bad way over and over again, you're going to build imbalances within your body and you're probably going to give yourself an injury, maybe in the back, maybe in the shoulders, maybe in the neck. Okay, so the first thing you want to do when you're doing your press up is set yourself up on all fours with your hands underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. So this means that your hands are wider than shoulder width. This is what we want to avoid. See how the hands are wide, the elbows are wide, and that plane of motion from the shoulder is not the best plane of motion. You're going to give yourself some kind of injury, impingement there in the shoulder if you do it over and over again. So instead, the hands want to be shoulder width. And we're going to keep the elbows nice and tight to the body, just skimming past the rib cage and back up. Give that a go now for me. Find that lovely plane of motion in your shoulder. So we're coming into here and then pushing up. And of course, this makes you work your triceps, your lats, serratus anterior a little bit more, as well as your pecs, as well as your anterior deltoids. It's going to get those extra muscles engaged. So whichever option you're going for, the straight leg option, the bent knee option, the modified option, you always want to think about that hand placement. Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about is what's going on with your shoulder blades. So if you come into your all fours position or your plank position and you feel you're here with a kind of rounded upper back, that's because your shoulder blades are protracted and they're kind of winging out and up in your back. And again, this is going to give you an injury and it's going to develop imbalance in your body. So come on to all fours or your plank position and I want you to anchor your shoulder blades down and together in your back. So if these are your shoulder blades, rather than being here, they want to go in your back, okay? And it gives you that girdle of strength across your upper back and are kind of around this thoracic area of your body. So go for that now. Anchor and slightly retract. Now see if you can maintain that as you do your push-up. And it's actually going to give you a little bit more power on that way back up. It's going to give you the strength in your upper back to push up. And of course the press up is predominantly about the front line, the pecs, the anterior deltoids, but when we do that we get those opposing muscles switched on in the upper back. to again develop that balance. Okay, so the next piece of technique we're going to talk about is maintaining neutral spine. This is super important. If you're going for the third option of the press-up, the more advanced version of the press-up, but you're arching your back on the way up like this, you're not ready for that option. You want to be able to maintain that lovely long neutral spine as you do your push-up. So neutral spine, if you're not sure about neutral spine, go and have a look for my neutral spine or neutral pelvis video, and I will teach you all about that there. But basically, we want to find the neutral curves in the spine. So we've got a little mini natural arch there in the lower back, but we're not exaggerating the arch. That's going to create compression in the vertebra. It's over contracting the muscles in the back, and the abdominals are then long and weak and switched off. So the best way to feel neutral is to feel like you're pulling your hip bones up towards your belly button a little, and you're creating length with your tail. Not so that you're tucking your tail under, but you feel like you're lengthening the tail away. So maybe give it a go again with whichever option you're going for, and see if you can think of those three things: hand placement, shoulder blade placement, and neutral spine. Okay, so the last thing we're going to talk about is range of movement. So if you're quite hypermobile, you don't want to drop your chest all the way to the floor and then push up from there. I think a lot of people think that when you do that, you're going to gain more strength. But actually what will start to happen is that you're going to overstretch your tendons and your ligaments rather than working with the muscle. And tendons and ligaments just don't bounce back like muscles. They don't have the collagen in the muscles. They don't have the circulation that the muscles have. So when you damage them, it takes a very, very long time to repair them. So be mindful of that when you do your press up. I'm going to show you where you want to stop. So you want to be maybe an inch or two off the floor and then push up from there, so that the hands are kind of, a couple of inches away from the shoulders, and we never want to be here. This also starts to hyperextend the upper back. So rather than being in this posture, you want to be in this posture in your press up, okay? So let's do that again. Let's go for a few more press ups. Thinking of how many things is that? 4 things: hand placement, shoulder blade placement, neutral spine, and range of movement. Off you go when you're ready. And in fact, there is one last thing that we need to think about. It is breath. We're going to inhale on the way down, and we're going to exhale on the way up. Inhale on the way down, exhale on the way up. Can you do one more? Inhale on the way down, exhale on the way up, and then when you finish that last press up, come on into child's pose, take a little stretch, and come on up. Good, so I hope you found that helpful. If so, let me know. This is the first 101 technical video I've done. So let me know if you enjoyed this, and if you want more of this kind of thing, let me know which exercises you would like me to teach you about, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Bye!